Now, as the country prepares for the upcoming regional council and local authorities election, attention turns to one of the most fundamental pillars of democracy, the right to vote. Yet, voter turnout in recent years has shown a worrying decline, raising questions about civic participation and political engagement, especially among young people. To help us unpack the importance of voting and what it means for local governance and service delivery, we are joined by political analyst Joshua Mario to share insights on why every vote matters and how citizens' choices at the polls directly shape development in the communities. Joshua, good morning and welcome to Namibia Connects.
Good morning, Ivan, and good morning to your viewers, and it's good to be here again.
Why is voting in the regional council and local authority elections so important for an ordinary citizen?
Thank you. This is very important. Why? Because it gives an opportunity to each and every citizen to be part and parcel of the government process. Why am I saying so? Because it is a constitutional right that each and every citizen, actually based on the structures of our governance, that there are some form of leadership that are not there by appointment, but by election. So therefore, election becomes, especially at regional and local level, becomes very important because here the people are deciding who they want to be their leader. So that's why it's important if we can understand it from that context, that here it's all about our voice, our voices rather, come together to determine the leadership that we want for them to lead us at local level.
Now, some people feel that their vote doesn't make a difference. How would you respond to that perception?
It has quite a variety of angles. Some may base it based on the past experiences, whereby they voted, but they could not see much happening, especially in terms of really service delivery. When you actually look into the regional and local council leaders, their main mandate is to actually, deal with accessibility of services at local level. That will be your water, housing, and other basic services, to mention but a few. So some people actually felt that that was not done, and rather leaders who were there were not seen as well. So it makes that process again not meaningful when you have not seen the effect of such leaders. So yes, that resistance can be there, especially in the areas where leaders were not seen. But if you look at where leaders were active and leaders were present, you can see that actually has a different replica to how such residents are actually voting.
Local elections often attract less attention compared to the national elections. Why do you think that is, and what can be done to change it?
That's very true, Ivan. I've seen that even within our numbers in terms of voting, at national level, we really come in numbers. But what can be done is to really disseminate more information about the importance of regional and local authorities voting. What I'll suggest is that let's not just wait for the time of elections, but it's important to really join forces with NGOs and also structures within the government to be able to continuously, educate the people on the importance of regional and local government voting. I see Namibia Needs Me and other organizations are very active in that. But I believe more can be done, especially in the rural areas. Because we can see in the urban areas, due to the accessibility of social media, everything and so on, people are able to see. But in the rural area where network is not quite present, so we really need to make it a point that it should not just be maybe 2 years before elections, but it should be immediately when you are done with election. ECN can roll out a program that will look out into educating the whole nation, region by region, constituency by constituency, and within the peripheries of this country to make sure that they understand that their voices matter on the ground. Because, by the way, the National Council is made up of such people that we are going to vote at regional and local authorities.
What role do regional councils and local authority play in improving service delivery and addressing community issues?
It's a very critical role because they are the bridge between national government and the people. Number one. Number two, they are the voices of the locals to the national platform. Number three, they are to really advocate for their people at national level in terms of social issues, in terms of economic issues, in terms of development and all others. So these leaders are able to interact with the people, within the people, to be able to understand their needs and wants as well, so that they go and present such at national level. Like, for instance, if we've got a challenge in a particular village, at national level, we will not be able to see it. But if you have chosen the right candidate or the right councillor in that area, they're able to do a survey, they're able to observe such critical aspect that they can take to national level. So that's how critical it is. Why? Because you are bringing a national government to the people, and you are taking the voices of the people to national government.
How does voter apathy, especially among the youth, affect local democracy and development?
It has a high effect. That means democracy may be compromised. Number one. Number two, there will not be critical ideas will lack, and also we will have a skewed level of structure of representation. So therefore, it's very important to understand how youth are critical into this process. And I must say, and also speak to the youth, that let us not be ignorant, because we are the leaders of this country. When we were growing up, we used to have people coming to our schools, primary schools and secondary schools, telling us that we are the leaders of tomorrow. And by then, we never understood. But as time went by, or as time goes by, you see our principals, they retired. And we are now the teachers. We are now the principals. And slowly but surely, we are tapping into the political space. So we as young people, if we don't understand that issues of voting is about our future, then we should be able to really, really, wake up from this sleep. Because there's no way I can fold my hands and stay home and say, like, no, voting is not for me. No, voting determines how the future is shaped. So therefore, we need critical ideas. We need innovators. We need creators in the space. And that can only work if we are actively involved into the voting experience or voting activities.
Now, finally, what message would you like to share with Namibians who are still undecisive as to who to vote? What advice will you give and render to them?
My advice will be, we should appreciate the country we have. And so to say, the rights that are enshrined within our constitution to be able to give us a platform really to go and decide on which leaders we want. So I would really, really also implore each and every voter that yes, voting on loyalty alone is not enough, but let's vote leaders that will also look into the interests of the people, leaders that are accessible, leaders that have got transparency within themselves, honesty, and to be able to really account on behalf of the people who voted them for. And also, let us also look at candidates who are leaders in themselves, who can go beyond just the normal identity of being called a councillor, but who can go beyond to serve the Namibian nation. So as we go out to vote, let us know that this is a choice that will hold us for the next 5 to 6 years on how services will be rendered within our local authorities, regional councils. So all these aspects are very key in terms of improvement in services, water, housing, economic development, youth employment. So all these aspects at local level, they are all embedded into that one vote. So therefore, I will not encourage you to stay home. Please go out there and encourage others to go vote. As for ECN, I would also want them to really uh, uh, um, uh, uh, create more opportunities for young people to go out there and vote, create more polling stations, make the process smoother, have the process well done so that when young people or any voter goes there, we are able to really do this exercise with enjoyment, with fun, and knowing that we are in a country that gives us the opportunity to vote.